Good morning. Today we're going to talk about a new gas law, and we're going to talk about Dalton's law. So you've probably heard the name John Dalton before. Remember talking about him when we talked about our scientists earlier in the year. And today we're going to look at his law of partial pressures. So we're going to look at what happens to pressure when we have a mixture of different gases. So this one's pretty easy to understand. The total pressure of a gas mixture is just the sum of the partial pressures of those individual gases in the mixture. So the total pressure of a gas mixture only depends on the total number of moles of gas in the mixture, not necessarily what those individual gases are from a chemical formula perspective. So the formula that we use, right, is that P total equals P1 plus P2 plus P3, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right, where each of these pressures on this side are just the individual pressures of the gases in the mixture. So let's try a couple of problems. So here's an example. So air, for instance, is a mixture of gases, right? And it's a mixture of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and trace amounts of other gases. So oxygen, nitrogen, and CO2 are the main ones. So what is the partial pressure of oxygen at 101.3 kPa of total pressure if the partial pressures of nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and other gases are 79.1, 0.400, and 0.94 kPa respectively. So basically, right, what we have to do is we have to set up our equation. So our P total is 101.3 kPa. Right, and this, all of our gases have two decimal places. So we're gonna need our answer to have two decimal places. So all of these other gases, right? We have, this is nitrogen, so 79.10 plus this is carbon dioxide, 0.40. And this guy here is our trace gases added together. Right, but we're solving for the pressure of O2. So we're just going to put plus X equals 101.30. All right, so what we have to do is we have to add these three together and then subtract from 101.3. So 79.1 plus 0.4 plus 0.94. And I'm going to take my 101.3 and subtract that answer. And I get, rounded to two decimal places, an answer of 20.86 kPa. That's a B. All right. So that's a pretty easy example of Dalton's law. Let's take a look at another one. Oxygen and chlorine gas are mixed in a container with partial pressures of 401 millimeters of mercury, so that's our O2, and 0.639 atm, that's Cl2, respectively. What is the total pressure inside the container in atm? So we need an answer in atm, but if you take a look at our units over here, what you notice is that our oxygen gas pressure is given to us in millimeters of mercury. So we have to use that relationship that we know between millimeters of mercury and atm. So 401 mmHg. And that relationship is for 1 ATM, there are 760 millimeters of mercury. So we just have to take our 401 and divide by 760, and let's see what we get. And then we can just plug and chug into our Dalton's law equation. So 401 divided by 760 gives us, and I'm going to round to 3 sig figs since we were given 3 sig figs, 0.528 ATM. Okay, and then all we have to do is we just have to add our partial pressure of chlorine to that partial pressure, so 0.639 ATM, and that'll give us our P total, our total pressure. So let's add those two together. So 0.528 plus 0.639, and that gives us, and we're going to use our 3 decimal places since we're adding, 1.167 ATM. So not too bad there. Let's take a look at our next example. If I place 3 moles of N2 and 4 moles of O2 in a 35-liter container at a temperature of 25 degrees C, what will the pressure in ATM of the resulting mixture be? So let's label what we have here. We have an N and an N. We have a V. We have a T. We'll go ahead and convert that to Kelvin since we always need Kelvin for our gas laws. So temperature is 298 K. What will the pressure in ATM be? So we want to know the pressure. So remember, pressure only depends on the total number of moles. So what we can use is Pivnert. And basically, we just have to add those 2 moles together, right? So we add those together, we get 7 total moles. So that's what we're going to plug in for N into our equation. So we're solving for P in ATM, so we're going to choose the right R value. And then we have 7 times 0.0821 times 298K and then we're going to divide by our volume, which is 35. Right, and then just plug all of that into our calculator. So 7 times 0.0821 times 298, and then divide by 35. And our least number of sig figs is 1, but I'm going to go ahead and round to 2 sig figs. Just don't think 1 is enough. So we're going to have 4.9 ATM. Okay, so that is a different look at a few examples of Dalton's law. So Dalton's law basically tells you that the total pressure of a gas mixture depends only on the total number of moles. So you can add the partial pressure of all of those individual gases and get your total pressure. You can also apply it when looking at an example that's going to require the ideal gas law as well. So I hope that helped, and stay tuned for a look at Graham's law. Thanks a lot.